Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Aluna Aprilia. I want to present my presentation about summarize a short story. The title is The Friday Everything Changed by Annie Hart. The Friday Everything Changed, written by Annie Hart, describes how a simple question challenged the unspoken rule, the tradition, and in the process bringing people closer together. We are introduced to Alma Niles, a girl who is well liked among her peers. She was the one who triggered this exciting revolution, joined by many other girls such as Manny Holiday and Doris Pomeroy. This girl rose against tradition and decided to divide the roles. That getting water for the class was a boy's job. To go out every Friday, fill the bucket up with water and bring it back to class. This showed that you were strong, that you were one of the big guys. Plus, along the way, you got to have some fun missing half an hour of class. On the fateful Friday, just after Miss Ruston had picked Ernie Chapman and Garnet Dixon to carry the water, Alma asked why girls couldn't go for the water as well. Normally, this kind of question would be laughed at. However, this year, the teacher was quite unusual. That was why silent engulfed the room as the students all awaited the teacher's answer. Miss Ralston stared very hard at Alma, as if testing her, and then said, I will think about it and let you know next week. The boy felt threatened by this question, and even more so by Miss Ralston's response. As long as there was the remotest chance that any girl might get to carry the water, they had to do everything in their power to stop it. Immediately, Alma was targeted. They went for her as soon as she came out of the school. As usual, when the boys targeted someone, everyone started clear, not wanting to get involved, but the girls rushed in to help Alma. They had all seen what the carrying the water would mean, that they would be able to skip school for half an hour at the time and that they too could sneak into Roswell's store on the way back. Moreover, they would get to do something real. During the following week, the boys began to take drastic measures. By Monday morning recess, the boy had decided not to let the girls file at softball anymore. They picked on the girl whenever the chance presented itself, probably hoping that it thing were bad enough. The girl would just go to Miss Ralston and ask her to forget the whole thing. But they didn't, and that was what changed their life. All the boys bullying just brought the girl closer to each other. Whenever one of them had gone in ball in her hair or got threatened in the outside, on the outhouse. It was like it happened to each and every one of them. They started to confide in each other without having to worry about being laughed at. It was an entirely new feeling in the school. After the long, hard week, it seems that Friday afternoon would never come, but now it was upon them. The feeling of anticipation was in the air. Toward the end of Junior Red Cross, Miss Ralston announced that next week Alma Nels and Joy Selfless would go for the water. In my opinion, the theme for this story would be along the line of together we are strong, divided we are weak, to never lose hope and to not underestimate your worth. For instance, one part that stood out was when Alma was being targeted by the boys. The girl had rushed in to help her, and together they got away safely. The boys were so used everyone watching as one person got beaten up that this caught by surprise. The other incidents would be that whenever the boys were picking on one girl, it seems that it affected the whole group. They could confide in each other, share their trouble and through it without having to worry about being looked at. If this had just happened to a single person, it would be a heavy burden to bear. In the story, Doris Pomeroy Annegräder never lost hope. She had, on a couple of occasions, reassured the group of girls. For example, when the boys had forbid the girl to play softball, Minnie Holiday mourned that this was all Alma's fault. That became a bad moment. Silence had hung heavy in the air. If it hadn't been for Doris, the group would have probably broken rocks. She steadied them all by saying, "Don't be foolish, Minnie. All we have to do is wait. They need us to file, and beside, they kind of like to have us all there looking at them when they get up to bed." In another scene, when everyone believed that Crowns had no interest in what really went on with kids, since it didn't seem that Miss Ralston noticed anything unusual happening at her school. Doris had talked differently. "Miss Ralston looked real mad," said Doris. "When she came out to ring the bell, and we are hanging around the entry door like lots of scared chicken. She rang the old handbell as if she wished all those yelling boys had were under it. And what Doris said appears to be right. When it was time for Miss Ralston to ring the bell, she instead came out, grabbed the bat from Irving's snout, and impatiently begged not Ernie to pick the balls. Miss Ralston hit the ball into the ox pasture on the other side, and that only happened maybe once a year. Miss Ralston showed the girl weren't worth any less than boy, and the girl could do whatever boys could. I think that's all. Thank you.